It empowers women it empowers girls by the fact that Uma Thurman is a female warrior. She's a female avenger. Right. Revenge is like one of the classic staples in drama.
I see, but a lot of innocent people. I've seen the film,
and to have girls not be not only the girlfriends in movies, but you know, this is a movie about women. They're not about cute girls going
it's about killer women.
All right, with their butts and their t-shirts that stop below their before their belly button, asking permission to kick ass. These girls just kick ass. They're warriors. They live by a code of honor, and they die by that code of honor too.
And innocent people die along the way. It's about that kind of thing. Now, tell me this.
You know, innocent people die along the way because unfortunately, that's the story of revenge. Revenge is messy. It never works out the way you want it to.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us imagine
Because it's so much fun, Jan.
Really?
Get it?
Oh, really? Okay, I'd like to see you walk down the street and get attacked by some kids who've just seen your movie.
But you saw me. See, Jan, you're all messed up because you're talking about real life.
Oh,
and I'm
I see.
talking
And
about the movies. You got to get it straight. Now, if you want to talk about the movies, we'll talk about the movies.
Okay, and kids at 12
can
tell the difference. Kids at 12 can tell the difference. You tell their parents that, Quentin.
I saw movies when I was a kid, all right? I saw all the movies that I'm basing my movies on are the movies I saw as a kid, and yes, kids go to a movie theater, they can tell the difference. Maybe you couldn't when you were a kid, but I could.
Okay, honey, we're getting the hook. You're doing well, obviously. You're laughing all the way to the bank, and I know some parents would love to talk to you.
I'm having a great time making a terrific movie that people are having fun seeing. Maybe not you, but you know what, Jan? I don't think I made it for you.
I bet you didn't, and I'm glad you didn't.
Le tueur communique avec le spectateur, ça veut dire il le fait son complice. Et ça c'est parce que je fais du spectateur le complice du tueur et à la fin je lui reproche cette position. C'est un peu sarcastique, mais je voulais montrer comment on se trouve toujours comme complice de tueur si on regarde des films de cette sorte. Pas de cette sorte, un film autoréflexif comme celui-ci, mais dans des films qui montrent la violence d'une manière acceptable. On est toujours d'accord que la violence se passe, qu'elle est consommable, et on ne se rend pas compte qu'on est le complice de ça. Et ça, je voulais montrer.
And many years ago, with some of the stars from the hit television soap opera Dynasty, I visited several hospitals for Make-A-Wish, and we took a lot of horror movies to the teenagers in some of the wards where they were very, very ill. And we found that the scary movies took the teenage boys' mind off the very scary reality that they were involved in with their assorted various illnesses.
What's your take on the conversation now about violence in television and movies? The guy shoots the guy right through the head at the end, the taxi driver, and you can hear the gush. It sounds like, you know, someone split a melon open and it's splattering all over the walls. And some people might say, not me, but I'm presenting this argument, they might say, hey, the only difference between that and desensitizing violence of another kind is that Scorsese is better at it. Is it neutral, or do you hope that they will in fact be repulsed by it? Or it's just neutral? That's what it is. And
in terms of it being neutral is one thing, but the other thing is that there's got to be a, what's the word, a catharsis for the audience. You know, when you do that stuff, when I did it anyway, when I did that stuff, happened in Goodfellas too, where I'm doing a special, we're dealing with a special effect of blood coming out of a person's body in a way. You tend to, as I look at it, I tend to keep seeing the tubes going up the guy's arm, and a guy behind him pumping, and somebody else pulling a string, and it doesn't look real to me at all, so I leave it on a little longer. I said, you know, no, that's enough. Do you think they see enough blood there? You think, in other words, did you get the point that he got shot here? Literally, because sometimes, you know, it's the simplest thing in a film, purely information, getting across to the audience what has happened in the frame. And sometimes, because the lighting is off a little bit or something, the actors turn, by mistake, I had the camera a little more to the left and it should have been more to the right, you don't see what happened. You look at it in the rushes, you go, oh my God, we got to go back now. It's going to cost $20,000 to redo that scene. And that sort of thing. Or at that time, $20,000. Now it's a couple of $100,000. So I very often left it a little longer. And at that time, too, that myself and Schrader and John Milius and Spielberg and all of us, De Palma, were all sort of young Turks at the time dealing with the kind of new freedom in the cinema. And so we were a little bit frisky in a way with that kind of thing.